Yo, what is happening, everyone? I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for joining me on this test, this wonderful experience of an experiment of streaming to a bunch of different platforms, including the brand new channel, which I hope you guys subscribe to. It's called Comics Galactus TV. It's COMIX. Something Galactus and the letters TV. What's up, Maromi? It's good to see you, brother. Unboxings here. My man Scantron coming in from California. Look at that. He says, hey. I want to say also what's up to the folks over there on Instagram. This is also an experiment. Something that's kind of interesting for me is it's been so long since I've streamed that coming on to StreamYard is a new experience. There's all kinds of new features and things. I can actually see my Instagram screen. I can see this screen. You guys want to see my tired ass face? Here I am. Hello. Yes. We are here in the studio. The new channel, I'm going to put it in the chat. Okay. COMIX GLAACTUS TV. That is, that's what it's called, Comics Galactus TV. Hopefully, because I'm seeing it in here that it's chatting in there, so hopefully you'll see it. But COMIX Galactus TV. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, thank you. Unhinged is in the house. This is my friend Jason, killer artist, wonderful friend. Got to finally meet him at Heroes, which I don't know if you guys. Oh yeah, I want to center myself. Look at that. I can see my Instagram screen. That ain't good. But I got to meet a lot of people at Heroes, which was wonderful. My good friend David Williams is in the house. When I say good friend, guys, this is somebody I've known since I was a teenager. When I say teenager, I mean early side of the teens. Used to bother him. He was behind the table, and I had dreams of being on the other side and drawing pictures for people. And he was always very kind and continues to be very kind. Here it is, 30. Almost 40 years later. It's kind of hard to believe. The first comic book show I ever attended was WonderCon 1988. So Oakland, 10th and Broadway was the very second WonderCon. Amanda B! Oh my gosh, so good to see you. Really good to see you. I know it's been a while. We've got 41 people watching. That's really good. It warms my heart big time. Knowing that people are coming and visiting, because I know I haven't been around here in a while. See? Your audio is kind of fun. Yeah, I am using my camera to my camera. Let me see. I think it's coming off of the one called the 1080, which might actually be right over here. This is probably the microphone, so maybe that's what the issue is. I have separate mics. I am underwater. Yaki's in the house. It's so great. And Maromi, I got to hang out with my friend Maromi at SCCon. I don't know if you guys ever get a chance to go to SCCon, but it is hands down one of my favorite shows. No nonsense. They treat the guests amazingly. They treat the fans amazingly. It's a well organized. Thank you, Mr. Yaki. Yeah, I had it on the mic. Guys, I'm so rusty. I'm very rusty. But listen, I'm going to show you. There's been some really cool changes to this video. Anybody that's going to come and visit, like you, Mr. Yaki. Um, I've been doing a lot of my drawing in this chair. Oh, wait a second. That's right. There's a trick. I learned a trick from StreamYard. Hold on a second. This is going to be cool. Hold on. It's add a camera, right? Extra camera. And then you can pick lay boom. That's this one. And then I say, oh, look at it. See? There we go. Okay, so share. And then I'm going to add. Bam! So you can see now what my camera sees. Okay? Isn't that going to be fun? I know, Sammy, where's my Black Flag book? It's inside of this computer, and inside of that iPad over there, and inside of that iPad over there. That's where your Black Flag book is. Anyhow, I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, here we go. So I do a lot of my drawing now in this chair. I can't do this work. And I got this fun projector that's over here. So while I'm working, I can feel like I'm at the movies, which is a lot of fun. There we go. Let's see. Oh, disconnect. There we go. There we are. What's up, Mighty Bot? Good to see you. Looks like your extra camera was unplugged. Yeah, I unplugged it. That's why. 57 people watching. That's wonderful. D. Barry. Yes, it has. That's why I'm feeling extra rusty. Big time rusty. Like I was saying at the beginning of the show, the StreamYard interface has changed a bit. Marcus, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Comics Mate, good to see you as well. Sammy is asking, our light is off. Yeah, I think I have all the lights off. What's up, Sammy? Any chance it's going to materialize into a fulfilled product soon? Yes. Yes, it is. I'm still working on it. Yeah, still working on it, and working on other things, of course. And some people get frustrated about that, like how dare you, etc. Because I have many careers, and fulfilling your book is on my heart and on my mind every single day, and I work on the book every single day. Like I said to my good friend Jay Krager, as long as I'm putting blood into the body of that book, I feel confident about it. Oh yeah, the Fregaboom light. Yeah, I have it off because when I'm working and I've got something projected, it throws the lighting off. Anyhow, let's see. I can. I'll be right back, you guys. I'm gonna grab a couple of things. I'm gonna tell you about a funny story that happened at SCCon, and I hope you dig it. So. All right, I'm back, and I want to say thank you to my friend Scanlon for mentioning being healthy. I just want to let you know. Oh, man, with Dr. Nose. I love that place, Marietta. That Cliff Bigger is one of the best stores ever. I quit drinking back in July. I haven't had any alcohol since July. And it's been really great. you know, and I don't know if it's my old age, but I don't eat as much as I used to either. But anyhow, I wanted to show you some stuff. I want to see if if this camera's connected. It says add camera. Extra camera. Let's see. Logitech. Is this it? Logitech Stream Cam. I think that's it. Is this it? Yes, it is. Okay. Woo. Right? Okay, here we go. Let's see if it can. Oh, it's all upside down. Hold on a second. And then let me pull it up so we get a proper view. I know this is terrible. Bring it. There we go. And give it a little better light. All right. Just show you guys some of the this story. Ah! Yo! What is up, Mr. Truman? So glad to see you, man. Every time I see the number 53, you're on my mind, my brother. I hope you're doing well. Okay, so here's this story. Usually when I want every day, I'm sort of an insistent, nonstop drawer in sort of a compulsive sort of way, right? Where, like for example, I just finished this one job that I was doing 16 hours a day, 3 days in a row, and just like, I remember at the end of it feeling like I needed to keep drawing. So I went and worked on the book, and then after I worked on the book, as I'm sitting upstairs watching a little bit of TV, I can't stop drawing again. So I found out there's another person that was like this, a guy named John Buscema. If you guys are comic book fans, you know him as one of the Marvel greats, the Prince of Comics, they would call him. You know, Rushbrook, draw us what's happening, my man. Yeah, so Buscema also created a class in the 70s where people would come. It was sort of like a seminar, like a TED Talk, but with full demonstration by Big John himself. And eventually Stan Lee sat in on it, and that became what we know as How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. So, I've always loved Buscema since before I knew what his name was, because of the guy, that was like, it was essentially, at least for us kids that grew up in the 70s and 80s, if you wanted to learn how to draw comic books, that was the book. And it wasn't until Will Eisner's sequential storytelling coming out that you had something extra along with these anatomy books. Anyway, I digress. So one of these things, yeah. What's up? What is up, Indiana? Matt, absolutely the best store ever, and you have to go say hi to Cliff. He's such a good dude. I remember as a kid, I'm going to get back to John Buscema in a second, but as a kid, I used to get comic shop news every time I go to the comic shop, and all the good articles, all the things, all the great questions were asked by this guy who created comic shop news, guy named Cliff Biggers. Cliff Biggers interviewed me once back in the 90s. Such a wonderful guy. And then when I moved here to Georgia, I finally got to meet him in person and go to his store, which is such a killer store. Back to Buscema. So Buscema, if you've ever seen any of his originals, there are just doodles on the backs of his boards. And I found out that he had Okay, I'm live streaming, but that's fine. Mom's taking.
I know.
Yeah, 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 go ahead. So anyhow, you go and you look at these sketches, and then you find these interviews where Big John is talking about how, yeah, he can't stop drawing. He's just drawing all the time. Anything around him, you know. Uh, yeah, Hollywood Matrimony. Heck yeah. This is the iconic shirt. I love this shirt. People, my friend Bud Root. Every time I wear this shirt, which is usually at conventions, uh, you know, Bud Root, who I just absolutely admire, always goes, "I love that shirt, the energy, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Dude, coming from you, it's just high praise." You know, what's up, Bobby C4? Good to see you. Citizen Ronin's in the house. What's up, man? Let me turn up the music slightly. All of these are my beats, by the way, and you know they're good to have. Bud drives a nice set. He drives a nice everything. You know, he actually gifted me a piece. I collect roughs. That's one of the things I collect, which is funny because that's where we're going here. So Buscema, nonstop drawer. When he's chilling, when he's on the phone, when you know, eating dinner, whatever, always sketching. And I was like, finally, somebody else. I feel like compulsive. Like all my Cali friends, you know. Hey, speaking, I know, right? I first time I wore these shoes since I bought them. There's this place in here in Macon called Plato's Closet that sells used clothes, and I saw those shoes and they reminded me of Bruce Lee, and I got them from that shoe. I never got to meet Buscema. I wish I did. I really wish I did. So anyway, the point I'm making is that I have piles and piles and piles of those things, okay? Piles of what I'm about to show you, okay? Here we go. Add to stage. Hopefully you can see these okay. Let me see. I'm going to make names tomorrow. I can't remember how to do that. Is that it? No, that's not it. Is this it? No. Is that it? No. Look at all this. Boom. This? Yeah, that's kind of cool, I guess. Yeah. What's up, Niobe? Good to see you. This, you can see more of the drawings. So I do these drawings like all the time, right? Like, so I'll just do rough sketches. This is if I'm on a phone call or, you know, whatever, mixed media, anything that I can find, you know, like, if I was to, let me see if I can tilt and show you, like, if you look at the madness that are my tools, you know, yeah, this was ballpoint, and this was like a fun little Batman, and then this was I finally got to meet one of the artists whose stuff where I'm like, dude, your stuff is just so great. Is Jerome Pena. I don't know if you guys are fans of his. I'm a huge fan. I became a fan from a book that he had done at Image called From Seven to Eternity, and I bought the big size books, and when I found out he was going to be at the show, I had to bring my books, and we were talking a little bit, and this will link up to this story again. So we were talking, and he first off, he is super mega cool. Number two, I thought he was from another country. I guess it's the tilde in his name. but he's from the Bay Area, from where I grew up. He and I actually grew up less than 45 minutes from one another, which was really cool. We vibed a bit on the Bay, and I was explaining to him that I'm a collector of roughs. You know, I love collecting roughs. Like I have rough Kirby, I have rough Frazetta, Mignola, Roy Krenkel, like Kevin Nolan, John Byrne, tons of Buscema. I collect roughs. So I asked him if I could have any, and he said he didn't have any. And I said, well, if you come stop by, you can have one of mine. And so he came by, and he picked one, and he had complimented my inking. He said, "You're one of those guys." He said to me, "You're one of those guys who really knows how to ink." And I was like, "Oh, like you're saying that to me, bro?" And he was like, "Oh man, I just use Micron, right?" And what up, Dark Gift? Good to see you, dude. And so anyway, this one here was inspired by Mr. Opeña. I just broke out my Microns, and here I'll get a little closer so you can see. But this was Micron reinforced a little bit with some other tools just to pop some of those things. But anyway, this again, another type of pen. Just you know, that's one of the things I was saying to Jerome when we had spoken was I said to him, the secret, I think, to becoming a quote-unquote good inker outside of understanding contour, form, and light, because that's, you know, all good and gravy. It's speaking more than one language, basically, is what I said. You know, and you know, just drawing with a Micron is cool, but that's like just having that one thing. Hi, Kirk. Hello. We can talk about that another time. I'm talking about something else right now. You want to know where the book is? It's inside my iPad. There you go. Anyhow, I was telling him, if you want to learn a tool, what you have to do is treat it like it's the only one you have. And a lot of times when you get a new tool, you try to force what you want it to do onto the tool, right? And what ends up happening is, oh, Bobby, hold on a second. He says, why can't I super chat? Because my channels aren't monetized because I hadn't streamed in so long. I didn't have enough hours, and you have to have like 4,000 watched hours to keep your monetization. Something I didn't know. I thought once you're monetized, you're kind of like you're good, but it's actually a treadmill that they want you to stay on to constantly create content and whatnot. So anyhow, back to the using a tool, you know, like a pen like this. This is your common Pentel pocket brush. You know, I'm in alignment with Daniel Warren Johnson as far as you need to get about 5 of these and test all 5, and if you're lucky, you'll get 3, but most of the time you get 2 really good ones. And then the other ones you can use for spotting all the darker values. Let's see. There we go. So you use it. So what I said to Mr. Opina was, instead of imposing your will upon this tool, like, you're gonna do this, you flip it and you go, okay, I want you to tell me what you do, right? uh, and you start kind of letting go of the control, and you just go, oh, okay. And suddenly, now, if you use that tool for, maybe 2 3 days up to a week or whatever, uh, what do you call it, uh, uh, it was April 25th, mono. uh, uh, what do you call it? You start having a language and what I said, a conversation. I know it sounds really abstract, but suddenly now, uh, you're in alignment with what that tool does. Okay. It's kind of the Bruce Lee philosophy of, you have to empty the cup in order to put new knowledge in it. So when you're trying to impose yourself on a tool, you sometimes run into walls. Uh, yeah, I agree with you, Kirk. I agree with you. I have some things to say about that, but this isn't the forum for it. Um, Here we go. This is, what was I doing with this one? This was like an experiment with, like, microns. Like, I think just talking uh, with Jerome was really fun, because I hadn't, like, I kind of like I didn't throw my microns out, but they weren't part of my set for a very long time, because I don't know, it was a tool I used in the 90s, and there's so many better marker pens, etc. But what I found, which was very interesting, was that because of the many years of using brushes, brush pens, things that are rather sensitive for control, that the microns, they felt completely different, and they were a lot of fun. And then lastly, there's this. Uh, 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 Look at this. This right here was, like, so when I'm at a convention and I'm talking with people, and uh, I get to doodling again, if I'm not working on a commission or whatever. So this one was, this was done, uh, you know at SC Comic Con. So here's the story. Now that I've said this, and it was so long. Usually I bring stacks of this stuff to conventions with me, for people to buy, right? And what I found is, a lot of people, they don't really know what to do when they encounter it, because usually people are selling prints, original pages, books, stickers, all the things, right? But like, what is this? What is this? Like, what is this stack of crazy, right? Um, and I didn't really know how to overcome that problem, right? So God is good. I got sat in front of this thing that looked like a wall of Mario question mark boxes. They're called mystery boxes. I know everybody knows those. And I was looking at it, and they're like $60, great value. You can win up to this much, blah, blah, blah. Like this sort of, like, Seven movie, what's in the box. And I realized, like, the box that I had my stuff in, it had this sort of lid that you can pop open, not a FedEx box, but like one that you can, like, open up. and I grabbed a hot pink Sharpie and a black Sharpie, so it was really nice and poppy, and it just said Magical Mystery Box, and I put it on top of the box, and I put $20 a try, right? $20 a try, and people, because people get curious, and I'll tell you another place I learned this. It was sort of a double doozy. People, it's an icebreaker. They ask you questions. They go, what's in the box? And I go, well, you know, for some people, I let them have a peek because it's like they really didn't know. Like, even when I explained to them what was inside the box, they still were kind of like, so I opened the box and I flipped through, and there were some original pages in there, some sketches. Sorry, that killed me, Bobby. So anyway, they see what's in the box. Like, these are the prizes you can win. What's behind the box? And so they go, oh, wow, that's cool. And also there were, yo, Smokey the Concat. And one of the other things that I try to do at shows, and this is something that I implore other professionals to do, if you don't already do, because I'm assuming you do because you love comic books and this whole business like I do, is when you see kids and it's their first show, and their dad's there, and their dad brought them to the show, and they're like, their dads are trying to share this thing with their kids. You have an opportunity to create core moments for these kids. You know what I'm saying? So you get another double doozy with the fact that you go, hey, kid, since it's your first show, you get a free try, right? And then when a kid pulls out, he pulled out a full figure sniper drawing. And I was like, whoa. And he's like, what? And his dad was like, holy crud. You know, it was awesome. It literally like it lit up the whole thing, you know, and the double doozies, the people around were like, yo, I want to get into that business too. I want to see what's in the box. So same drawings, right? Just a different sort of packaging on top of it. We have 104 people watching. I wanted to let you guys know about a channel that I did a test on earlier today, which had one viewer, which is okay, because I think right now, as I counted it last week, this channel has 37 subscribers, and it's called Comics with an X, COMIX Galactus TV, Comics Galactus TV. I'm gonna use that channel as sort of like a, I don't know if you want to call it an experiment channel, but I want to do the things that I had intended to do back in 2015 and 2016. I was working at Mattel, and because I was on the content team and creating a lot of stuff for Mattel's YouTube channel, we got invited to the YouTube, I don't know what you want to call it, facility, the one in Los Angeles, which was incredible because they had all these mini studios, and like if you had a certain amount of followers, you can just go in and show your credentials and go and use the studio, etc. And like, it was sort of like the more you win, the more they help you win sort of situation. Anyway, I left that experience really inspired, and there was this certification program that we needed to go through at the time to become sort of YouTube certified, and this was inside of Mattel, right? And as I was doing that and just seeing sort of the mechanics of what I was doing for Mattel, I realized I could do that for myself on a smaller scale. And so I started interviewing pros. I had a whole thing where I wanted to go through old Wizard magazines and comics and just tell stories from my point of view, kind of like a Robservations. And I love, speaking of Robservations, if you guys don't listen to that show, you are absolutely missing out. Hey, first off, Mr. Man with your, is that, I think that's Captain Kirk, with the hat. Yes, I don't know if it's grade A. I wouldn't even give it grade A. I would give it a lower score than that. I agree with you. It is. It's a lot of time, but I'm not going to let you down. So that's how I can sleep at night. So anyhow, hello, love. Streaming. Hello, Katie Did. Good to see you. So while I learned these things from the YouTube headquarters, it's not the headquarters, they have these like hubs. I realized I wanted to start building a channel, so I started building Couch Doodles. See this right here? Right here? You going over older Wizard magazines would be cool to see. Hey, you know what? Let's try to do a test right now, okay? Just for the sake of it. And you guys are gonna take a peek into my wonderful comic library. Allow. Where are we at? What am I looking at? There it is. Oh. Okay. I think I have to move the window though. Alright, there we go. And then I'm sharing it, adding it to the stage. So this is something called Ubiquity, and it lets me access my comic collection, right? So when I type in Wizard, I can pop it up like that. Look at that. There's a bunch missing. I know that. I know that is a fact. And I'm trying to track them down. I have hard copies of almost all of them. This one I remember distinctly because I think it was one of the first to die. There we go. That way we can still the holes aren't. Can you guys see this okay? All right. So this one, I think I remember this one because it was the first Wizard that I was in. I think. Let me see. Go to table of contents. Let's go to table. That's the first thing you got to learn how to do when you look at stuff. No, it's not this one, but this is a good one. Look at that. So magic word. So let's see when did this one come out? This is Wizard 27. Is there an indicia? What does it say? I don't. November of '93. Dang, that's crazy. A lot of time's gone by since then. Thinking about that, right? Anyhow, remember this one? This one's a lot of fun. Talk about hey, what's up, Ben? Good to see you. So I don't know if I have my Youngblood cover on. So this was one of the. Let me see if I can do the split where no split left right. No, I wanted it to be able to show double pagers, but this is a poster, and it was a contest. Look at this, the return of Youngblood. This was so big. And one of the things that was a huge thing. Hold on a second. I remember they're saying I can float. I can float this window, right? Where is it at? It says show comments on stage. I remember there was, oh, there it is. Boom. Open a new window. So boom, entering the studio. So boom. There we go. Kevin Ryan, good to see you, dude. Look at that. I just moved those over there. So now I can read comments and surf the wizard, because I had to cover up the window. So what I was saying is this name right here, if you look closely, let's fit to wit. If you look closely, that name Kiko, that guy was magical. He came from Ollie Optics, which was Steve Oliph's computer house. Steve Olif being the godfather, yes, that's right, the godfather of computer coloring, starting with Akira in 1988. Hope you guys are fans of that. Look at this. Man, they did ads big. Look at this. That was a double pager. Why am I... No split. Split. This one doesn't want to give me double pagers. Another ad. Okay? So, remember that. Ads. A lot of payola happening there. But this one had a contest in it. Look at that beautiful Art Adams. Let's just take a look at that for a second. Look at that. Oh my damn. This says 94. How was that 32 years ago? It doesn't feel right at all, you know? Can you believe it? Alright, hit the height. Yeah, so this thing I'm showing you here, it's a lot of fun. Anyhow, what I was saying about the Comics Galactus TV is I would like to start being able to do things like show you very classic stuff like Foom magazine. I don't know if you guys know of fans of old Marvel, Foom, Stan Lee with a beard. But what's really great about Foom magazine, which we'll eventually get to, is recognize some of these names, man. Steranko was the editor, so he put this together. Ken Brusnak, letterer of the Punisher during the good stuff, the Mike Baron days. Will Spotacchio and Pops Jansen. So this thing, because it had Steranko's touch, had a lot of really wonderful graphic appeal, graphic ideas, and unfortunately some of my scans aren't great, but one of the things that's really cool about Foom too is if you're a John Byrne fan, you'll recognize that a lot of John Byrne's first published work with Marvel was in Foom. So I can go through those. I have this whole section called Comics Interview Magazine, and I collect all of these too. I'll show you. Check these out. These are some of the hard copies of these collections. These were, I don't know about you guys, I don't know when you came into fandom, but for someone my age or older, or maybe slightly younger as well, magazines like Comics Interview and Comics Food, this was our internet, this was our YouTube, this was our everything. This is how you got your information, and you learn things about your favorite artists, and like this was one of my favorite, absolute hands down favorite issues. I think I have like 5 copies of this. Let's see if this works with the double pages. Does it? No. But this had this really killer Art Adams interview in it. That like, if you're a fan, here you go. It's like, I don't know, man. Discovery, right? Like now we're in the embarrassment of riches, where you can here I am. Maybe to some of you guys, I'm a comic artist you enjoy, and but here I am talking to you live, right? Artists weren't doing that back then. This is literally how we learned about our favorite artists. And, here's Renee Wistadter. Very, you can see her with Michael Golden in shows. She's interviewing Arthur, and this is classic days. Look at that, Arthur with hair, wonderful. But look at all this, the great stuff. Even these drawings, man. Like as a kid, seeing black and white, especially if you're like an artist, right, or a fan of the art, seeing this for the first time in black and white was in this interview. And you get to see, I remember as a kid kind of hyper focusing on this telephone cord, how it's sitting in the shadows and it's just right. And, his decision to put all the sailboats on here, and like, anyhow, I digress. Nonetheless, and look at that. Okay, now, I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, I did have access to photocopiers. I was the principal's assistant. So I got, even in high school, I had access to photocopiers and such. And then at my mother's work, that's where I was making my first comics, was using her. So anyhow, what I would do is I would use the enlarge and feature and photocopy something like this insanely awesome Wolverine, and just stare at it over and over, as we kids do. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite Wolverine art pieces. Me too. And this is what I love about it is the story behind it, right? This original cover was for Classic X-Men #1, and Arthur Adams, if you have any of his Art of books, did a I'm trying to use a good word for it. I don't, just sort of mopey, I guess, a mopey version of the cover. The camera was a little high, and the characters, even though they seemed solid, they were in these sort of like mid poses that maybe we can look it up. But anyhow, what had happened is it got sent back, and John Romita Sr., who was the art director at the time, was in charge of giving notes. And for the longest time, people credited this layout for this to John Romita, because even in Arthur's notes it says, "Thanks, fella, for the swell sketch," or something to that regard. Where in fact, it was Tom Morgan who had done the layout. So this insanely dope Wolverine pose that we love and probably copied, I don't know about you other artists out there, but I think I probably copied this Wolverine at least 30-40 times. Just that it was just so good, so darn good. What's up, Will? Good to see you, buddy. Decided to do an experimental stream here and talk about Comics Galactus TV, which I'm trying to get some more subscribers to. It's Comics, COMIX, Galactus, GALACTUS TV. It's here on YouTube, and what I was explaining earlier for those of you, because we have even more people showing up. My dream back in 2015 was to create a YouTube channel that was a celebration of all the things that I loved. The energy and experiences that I've had as a comic book pro, as somebody who struggled to learn how to draw. When I say struggled, I really mean struggled. Drawing did not come naturally to me. The propensity to want to draw well did. And that was really sort of, I think, what's up, Boop Dan? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. But, I did a comic back in the day. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. Okay. Fragaboom.blogspot.com. Here we go. So I had this blog back in the day, right? This is 2013. This is before, we had YouTube, but we were just really uploading pictures not pictures, but stupid videos. But if you go to fragaboom.blogspot.com, what you're going to see is a bunch of stuff that I started uploading in 2011. Okay, so one of the things that I uploaded was this here, Fanzine Days. Okay, this is what we're going to look at specifically. All right. Back in late 1989, my pals Fred, and look at the date on this. This is a post talking about 1989, and this was from 2012. So this is still going way back. Back in late 1989, my pals Fred, Mike, and I wanted to do something to show our love of comics. The thing to do back in the day was a fanzine, and that was the number one thing to do. We didn't have the internet yet, and digital pre-press was in its pupae stage. That's right. Macintosh desktop publishing was brand new. So Mike, Fred, and I put this magazine together with an old Mac II in our imaginations, and reading this. All I can say is a lucky dude. My pal Fred went to art classes with Carl Potts, who at the time was the editor of the Punisher books, and also, in my opinion, the greatest talent coach there was and is. Carl is a guy responsible for putting together a group of guys who would later form Homage Studios and later Wildstorm. Carl not only knew talent, but knew how to cultivate and grow the talent. Needless to say, as a young comic artist wannabe, I was so stoked when Carl agreed to do an interview with me on the subject of breaking into comics. His advice was as good then as it is now. Now and then, enjoy the interview. I threw in a few bonus picks, and you'll see where this is going to connect to. So this was the cover. And what was really cool is I got stat art from a guy named Steve Saffel, who was, I guess, the head of press for Marvel. And he sent me a few options to use as the cover. This one was one I had not seen yet, which was really cool because the comic hadn't come out yet. It was a new image for us. Felt like kind of an exclusive in a way. Anyhow, this is what we did. This was the old comic book name, by the way, Chess Knight Entertainment. We were like a chess knight, but Dark Horse had a cooler logo. So, horse of a different color. Chess Knight views, reviews, previews, and interviews. I don't know if you see where I'm going with this, but we had a dream. Even back in the day, back in 1989. So this here is the interview with Carl Potts, and in this, I'm like 15. Okay, this is going back a long time. He tells you how to break into comics, and this is why I brought up the Wolverine pose. This is my friend Michael Gomez. He drew it. I inked it. This is my first time using a dipping pin. And we thought we were super clever using. Look at how we have this pyramid. Oh, I didn't know it was full like that. We had this sort of pyramid. We designed that on the Macintosh, right? It was so much cooler than copy paste at the old ways, where you'd have to actually like cut the letters and form the pyramid. This was like super upgrade at the time. And then this was something that I had drawn. So 789. No, so I was 16, guys. 16. This is July of 89 when this drawing was done. And this was included as well. I don't know. I think Jim put that on there early. This is for what a timely thing. Free Comic Book Day is coming up, guys, and my friend Joe Field, friend of many years. There's an interview with Joe, and I'm interviewing him back when I had hair. This is going back to 89. So been friends with Joe. Joe's comic book store used to be next to a Baskin Robbins, and Baskin Robbins had this thing called Free Comic Day, which had the lines out the door. So Joe was like, we need to do a Free Comic Book Day. Hence the idea for Free Comic Book Day was created. So Flying Colors, the original, the Superstore of comics and more, that place holds a real deep and dear place in my heart for many reasons, not only because of the kindness of Joe and his family and his staff, but for like other things. You know, Joe used to really support. It still does support artists, right? He had this what do you call it? Bulletin board. See, man, I'm getting so tired. He has his bulletin board. Yeah, see this right here? I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened with that one, Mr. Rushbrook. But it has to do with copyrights, people owning the name, and like Diamond had owned the name, and it became an asset, and Diamond's assets are being split up, and at this point in time, you can't call it that because it's a copywritten thing. So whatever. I digress. So the thing about Joe with his bulletin board is he let customers who like to draw put their artwork up on this board, photocopies or an original if you didn't have access to a photocopy or whatever. And one time, Jim Lee had been doing a signing. And this is Jim when he was during his Punisher War Journal days. This is when Carl was doing layouts for him, and Jim was like, you know, slowly taking off the training wheels and becoming this sort of juggernaut that Jim is. And by the way, big prayers out to Jim Lee. I had just recently read a post about him having some health issues with diabetes and such. So they love and respect. Anyhow, Jim had a signing there in the store, and Jim just out of curiosity had walked by the bulletin board and had seen the artwork of one of the customers there, a guy by the name of Jeff Johnson. If you guys are big fans of comics, you probably know Jeff Johnson. He did Wonder Man. I think I might have a copy of Wonder Man. We'll never reframe it because yeah, here it is. Here it is. This is. I got it on camera. All right and okay. This is Wonder Man. This is his first Marvel comic, by the way, written by somebody not cool. Apparently, the person who wrote this is in jail. But nonetheless, Jim had seen Jeff's work, and this is before Jeff got a job in comics. Jeff was, doing martial arts and drawing. Jim hired Jeff. Yeah. Hold on, guys. She needs a battery. Hold on. All right, sorry about that, guys. What up, Henry Bemis? Good to see you, dude. Old Dirty Fatty's in the house. Got 120 people watching. This is fantastic, guys. I haven't streamed in a very long time. So anyway, Jeff Johnson, he gets hired. Let's find it. Let's take a look at it, because it's kind of, I can tell the story, but let's just look it up. War Journal. Punisher War Journal. Boom. Here it is. It's this issue here. So this, this was where, let's see, what, December of '89. Okay, so this is roughly around the same time I'm doing this fanzine. You see all of these motorcycles. And later on, we're gonna, I think, see a dock with boats and stuff. Oh, there's a boat there too. Yeah. So all these motorcycles, the docks. There's gonna be a double pager in here. Hold on, where is it at? It's like a double pager of like just big motorcycle. Maybe it's not a double pager. Maybe my brain is remembering it as a double pager. But I watched Jeff draw this. As a kid. I'm like 16, and Jeff invites me over to his house, and I get to watch him work on a comic book page, and it was like the very first time I had seen a real comic book page in process, and it was like magic. And anyhow, yeah, he drew that motorcycle. Where's the boat? There was like a dock. There was a dock one too. I remember a dock shot, because he helped Jim on another one. I think it was still this Bushwhacker stuff. Because I remember the dock because of the little what do you call those things? The buoy. Yeah, I don't think it's this issue. Anyhow, I digress. That's my cool story about Flying Colors, Jim Lee, Jeff Johnson, a little bit of my history on some of the magic that had happened for me as a kid. And, coming back to my original point is that's what Comics Galactus TV is going to be. I want to bring back the magic that my friends and I had, where we were just as excited about comics and I just feel like I have a unique take, watching someone like Liefeld and listening to his podcast. I'm like, man, I was there for that. Like a lot of his stories, I'm like, I was there for that. I was there for that. I was there for that. And I also have other stories, you know, and other perspectives and other experiences that I feel can uniquely be shared and in a you know, in a unique way. So yeah, man, I got all kinds of fun stuff, man. Um, so like, let's see if I go back. What did we say? War journal. Yeah, this is like the Punisher set. Man, I don't know about you guys, but this particular one here, I bought this off the stands. I'll tell you a story about this one. My friends, I had these friends, Brian and Chris Hansbrough, twins. We went to junior high together, Valley Intermediate, and we were in like sixth or seventh grade. Maybe. No, this is January of '85, so that's sixth grade. When this came out, and this thing was so mega popular that it sold like hotcakes. And I remember this cover, number 4. I could not get it. And Brian and Chris Hansbrough, they had 2. I'm a dummy. Like, you know, when you're 11, you're conceptually, of course, they'd want one each for themselves. But when you're a dummy at 11, you're like, you only need one. And I remember just being like, guys, I'll give you double the money. Like, I needed that Punisher number 4. This was crack because it had sold out. Like, you know, and the comic book store, for me, back in the day, you know, I shopped at 2 shops. The one that was closest to me was one called The Land of Never Was. What's up, Chad Townsend? Good to see you, friend. The one that was closest to me was one called Land of Never Was, and it was next to the Regency Arcade and the Military Recruitment Center, and this really delicious sandwich place called Goomba. Anyhow, I could walk there. I could take the bus there. I could skateboard there. The walking part was you know, you know, that's true, Gantron. That's true. Which is, you know, there's some interesting roots to cartoonist kayfabe, and you know, a lot of people maybe you know or didn't know is that Ed and I were friends for a big period of time. You know, not there in the end, but definitely. Anyhow, so I would skateboard to this place, and I don't know, like, you know, when you're a kid, things seem like they're like forever away, but it couldn't have been more than like 3 miles or so. Whereas Flying Colors was about 10 miles, so it wasn't really an option unless you kind of made an investment, right? And we had this thing in the Bay Area. It's still there, of course. It's called BART, Bay Area Rapid Transit. It's this train system. So what I would do is I would skateboard to the bus stop, take the bus to the BART, take the BART to the closest one to Flying Colors, and then take my skateboard from the BART station to Flying Colors, which was like about another, say, mile, maybe mile and a half. So that's what we would do. So anyhow, getting a hold of a comic. My point is getting a hold of that comic book when you get to the store and they're like, sorry, we sold out, and you're crying, right? And your friends Brian and Chris are going through the comic and they have 2 copies, and you're like, God, please. But yeah, this was the covetry of an 11-year-old, I suppose. You know, but I'll tell you, speaking of an 11-year-old, I want to talk to you about the disappointment. the disappointment of an 11-year-old. That is Punisher number 5. And now, as an adult, I have to respect it and say I get it. You know, this guy had to fill in and do it. And Mike Boz is not a terrible artist per se. He's not. He's actually a very competent, wonderful artist. What am I saying? What I am saying, I guess, is he's not Mike Zeck. Okay? And when you bought this Punisher book, you were buying Mike Zeck, you were buying John Beatty, you were buying Zimmerman, you were buying in on all of it. The writer too, obviously. But here we go. Let's get into it. Stephen Grant, Joe Duffy. Joe Duffy came in. It's like even John Beatty did finishes, which he was doing his best, right? It's like, hey, make it look as much like Zeck as you can. So like you see isms, but Zeck had faces that were very appealing, right? So if you were to put your thumb over these faces, you might kind of get away with it. But the problem is faces are really kind of like, see, this is such a, this wants to be a Zeck face, you know? Sorry, I'm digressing and feeling sad all over again. But yeah, Zeck's Punisher, holy smokes, probably one of the best. The Whilce Portacio's Punisher is up there. Frank Miller's Punisher is up there. I would have to say, though, regarding Punishers, if we had to rank them, I would say Zeck number one. Number 2, I would give to John Romita Jr. Because of this right here, this series right here, written by none other than the great Chuck Dixon, inked by none other than the great Klaus Janson. I believe Gregory Wright did the colors too. He's also amazing. If you haven't seen Gregory Wright's work, I believe you have if you're a big fan of Compass Comics like I am. Yep, Gregory Wright. So Greg has colored a lot of really cool stuff for our friend Graham Nolan. But yeah, this would be my second favorite Punisher of all time. And the reason I gave pause, the real reason I gave pause was there was another Punisher artist who is like so close to second. Like that's why I had to be like, oh, give me a second. It's this guy right here. His name is Frank Tarrant. Okay. His Punisher. This is Punisher number 94. He also did 95 and a few other covers. This guy came out of nowhere. Okay. Like, you go, what is this? It's sloppy. It's visceral. It's cartoony. It's humorous. It's violent. It's graphic. Balls nasty is what Frank Miller would say in The Dark Knight, right? Balls nasty. Frank Tarrant, right? Where the heck did this guy come from? Look at that. You guys want to know where I got all my extra debris that I love to draw when I'm drawing stuff and you see stuff flying off of people? From Frank Tarrant. Look at this Punisher. Look at that. Right? And then you get into some of these faces. This is just a brawl, right? It's like just this sort of incredible brawl. And okay, let's just take this back in. That right there, that profile is the Punisher. And by the way, I do believe this I don't know if it predates or if it's contemporary, but you know, I know Chad's asking, where's that guy now? I talked to him a couple times online, and he was doing some illustration, and I think he was going to do a Cygor book for Pod at one point. But yeah, I've seen a few things that he's done. He did this one Sabretooth cover that was just bananas. Yeah, he did. There you go. Yeah, Matt Yackey. That's right. That's right. Well, yeah, look at this, man. It makes no sense, right? Like, if you were trying to put this in the law of perspective and all of that, how is this supposed to work with these people? Like, are they all on top of each other? Like, no, but it's that ass, right? This guy, like, all the stuff that I love about Daniel Warren Johnson's work is here. This is everybody that likes Daniel Warren Johnson. Frank Turan is your granddad. So good. Yeah, just just huge energy, and that's like you said, Scanlon. Got that same piece. But yeah, they came in and the editor said, "Hey, give us some covers, man." So we've been all over the map, right? Talking about Punisher, talking about all this other good stuff. Here's some of the one shot. I do want to say thank you to everybody for watching. This started off as a test because I just was kind of over streaming for a while and still kind of over it, really. But I did miss talking to you guys, and really when I started thinking about why I love comics so much, like what am I here for? Why am I here? I realized, like, I've loved this stuff since I could remember, and I was like, I need to get it back on track instead of being like forgetful or putting it on the back burner. I should have just said, hey, like, let's go after the stuff. My man, yo, dude, I was just thinking of you yesterday. I finally got to see the project Hail Mary on your recommendation, and awesome. Hit me up. Let me know when you're around, because I'll be around tomorrow. I only have one obligation tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. So, sorry. I get yeah. I didn't really want to stream. But again, that thing, that feeling, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. You probably do. You're here, right? You're here. So it's that electricity that you feel when you find something you're into, whether, you want to call it serotonin, dopamine, something along the line. That's what I've always been about. That's what I've always been about, and the purity of that, and like being able to share that with others. That's why earlier I was bringing up, really trying to make sure that any chance you can get a kid into comics, and get them into good comics, and get them into the experience of it, because it's still a wonderful thing. And don't know, just the great experiences that we have, and even though technology and culture and all those things change, the constant is still that excitement. So that's what made me decide to say, hey, let's fire up the old computer. So check this out. This is a cool Adam Hughes sketchbook. It's got some really fun drawings in it. I think I might have got this from my pal Dan back in the day. But this has some really, really fun stuff in it, and maybe one day on Comic Galactus we can go through this. Some top secret fun stuff. Songs from the Heart. This was a digitized version of it. That we had these. You guys know about ash cans, of course. So these ash can versions of sketchbooks at shows, and this was one of the ones that Adam had. That is a lot of fun. Ooh, bazoobies. I love what he did on the denim texture here. If you were to zoom in on it, like really get in there, it's really kind of fun to watch how he's defining these forms, and also kind of how this sort of holding line. So you can kind of have a play inside the holding lines, and he knows where not to draw, and he knows where to draw, and look at the negative space and the curls. Incredible stuff. So yeah, this is the trove, right? Like I have all kinds of stuff. So I was thinking about doing that. I was thinking about showing you guys some of the interviews, maybe debuting some of the interviews on the show, and just get some of that stuff out and do some more live drawing. I know you guys like watching me draw. I decided having you guys watch me draw the book, that was one of the things that was kind of bugging me out. And if you look at the double slit experiment regarding quantum physics, I think it'll help you understand the issue. Anyhow. So random shows, or do you have a new set time for the new show? You know what? I don't. I don't have any idea. It was just one of those things where I was going down here, and I saw no, that's exactly what happened. Sammy, my daughter, she wanted to use YouTube, and she has, hers, so it's got her histories and stuff, and of course we've got our Couch Doodles channel. Thank you for getting that back, and the Frega Boom channel. And then I remember seeing the Comic Galactus logo, and I was like, oh man. And like I said, I just kind of got into the memory lane nostalgia zone, and started thinking about, like, man, this is what it was all about. This is like the happy place. Like, this is what, like, if I do content, this is what I want to do. It's what I've always wanted to do. That's what I was doing up until, say, 2020. Look at the old Couch Doodle show. You would see I would, have drawing videos and things like that. And I actively interviewed over 28 guests, some of which have passed away. Luke Q, I am inking Black Flag, but coloring, heck no. I have ideas, but working in animation as a director, you work with your artists, and you talk about color story and moods and things. But when you start getting into the granular aspects of coloring, I leave that to the professionals. You know, I did. I did interview Neil Adams, Kim Jong Gi. That one. Thank God we have AI now, because back in 2018 when I interviewed him, I needed the. I ran into a big. I ran into an issue because the translator, my friend Jungi, he does not speak English, so we were working through his translator, and unfortunately, a really great guy, by the way, the translator, really cool guy, but he wasn't giving me the translation verbatim. He was condensing ideas and paraphrasing, and I just found it to be like, okay, well, I understand what Jungi's getting at, but it's not his words. You know what I'm saying? So, so I found a translation company, but they wanted something like $20 a minute, and it was I think it's like an 18-minute interview, and I also had his friend and teacher Haijun, his interview as well that needed translating. So it was like really, 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 really expensive to get it translated. So I just didn't get it done, and so it sat there in the vault. Mike Mignola, I've put that one up. I put the Larry Hama up, but I've got Carl Potts. I've got Howard Chaykin, the amazing Howard Chaykin. I've got Brian Murray. Hey, what's up, Phantom Power? See, I will accept one of those things. If you want to call me pothead, that's fine. And I like your icon. Looks like you yourself are into an understanding of things outside of tangible realities. Where's the book? And then thief. I'm not a thief. I'm going to deliver your book, and I'm going to manage all the problems in between with humility, and get you your book. Okay. So the book is getting drawn, and I work on it as much as I'm able to. Good day. So going back, I have also people outside of the comic field, like Steve Umbleby, who is a wonderful director, storyboard artist, concept designer. He was really great. And then Emily Kelly, she was an art director at Mattel. Ken Lashley, he did a really great interview. I did try to get Greg Capullo, but he ended up leaving the show early. I think that was Philadelphia. I put out feelers for Frank Miller. I talked to Frank Miller at that show, and he said maybe, and I was like, whatever, man. Even having you consider was great. But I think they were in the process at the time of shooting his documentary. So I think, guys at that level, if you look at, take it easy, sir, Monston, you hit me up, let me know what the missus says, and hope to see you, dude, because, yeah, like I said, always on my mind, brother. Yeah. So, I'm trying to think of who else I had. There were so many interviews, but 28. Oh, Liefeld. I'm sorry, guys. There were guys. I'm like, whoop. Rob Liefeld. I interviewed Rob Liefeld. He was basically my last interview before I moved here to Georgia. I interviewed the great Joseph Kahn, interviewed the music video director, movie director. If you saw Ick this summer, um, you know, we had Josh Keaton, voice of Spider-Man, voice of Shiro on Voltron Definitive Universe, voice of Ant-Man, uh, so many things. I remember one time, the weirdest thing ever, he was the voice of XM and also the voice of McDonald's McCafe when it first came out. And the same time, it was like back to back on the radio. Enjoy McDonald's McCafe, and then you like internet radio? Try to XM. Anyway, my buddy interviewed him. Bobby C4, yeah, I would definitely talk to Splat and Panosian. I know both of those guys would be down. I'm gonna see Splat if you guys are going to Heroes. Hopefully you guys are going to Heroes. Big massive show coming up in June. I did not interview Mark Silvestri. I wish I could have. I did. I have a Todd McFarlane interview which was up, which had some audio glitches, which maybe AI can fix now. I just know that when I took it to a friend who was who's an audio engineer, he explained to me trying to fix this is like trying to unstir cream out of coffee, was his analogy, and I said, okay. But yeah, Heroes. Heroes is going to be amazing, you guys. It's in June. Look it up. Heroes aren't hard to find. Sheldon and Carla put on a wonderful show. If you guys are all about comics like I am, I love pop culture too, don't get me wrong. I've got pop culture stories, and probably have to bring in guys like Matt Yackey and Josh Keaton and Scanlon and XL. Bring these guys in because these guys are all part of these stories that we're going to tell. Get a little round table because it'll be interesting. June 12th. Thank you, Moromi. June 12th. So Heroes is going to be an incredible, wonderful time. Interviewing Marat would be good too. Smokey, that's a good idea. So, but Heroes is a wonderful show. You get a lot of people, a lot of commonality between all the chats from the shows. People from back in the old days, the Couch Doodle days, Fregaboom show days, and what I hope to turn into a really cool channel is that Comic Book Galactus. Comics Galactus. If you guys, we got a whole bunch of new people. So, Comics Galactus is COMIX GALACTUS. Comics Galactus. If you're not sub to it yet, you're gonna want to, because that's where I feel like I'm gonna put like my stories. I think Fregaboom will be one thing, Couch Doodles will be another, and then the Comics Galactus will be kind of an everything thing, like my opinion on stuff. Hey, Phantom, it's okay. Listen, so calling me a thief is fine, because I get it. It's a lot of money, and the money that has been spent, like the money's been spent on the talent so far. The money's been spent on product. We have all the coins, we have all the cards, we have all the glasses. That we do not have the shirts and hats yet, which are still sitting in California. I'm not even going to speak for the other guys because they're not responsible for the delay like I have been. Have absolutely with every fiber, every intention to give you the best book ever. I can get into the philosophical reasons for some of my delay. Okay, so a lot of it has to do with psychology, being too close to there's a concept I learned about called proximity to meaning, and it put a lot of self-imposed pressures on myself regarding that book, uh, you know, and I've found a path through it, which has been great. So, um, but yeah, and Bobby, you're correct. Very apologizing is a super rare thing, and that thank you for that. Um, yeah, Heroes is going to be awesome. We got comic book giveaway day. I want to tell you guys where I'll be. Old Dirty Fatty, what do you mean I don't respond to your text? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Free comic book day, comic giveaway day. I will be at Fanboy Collectibles here in Macon, Georgia. Another really just incredible store. The folks that run it, Monique, Monique, and their crew, their staff, they're so knowledgeable, and they're also all about, growing this thing, not just surviving, not just, flash in the pan stuff. They're doing things like creating conventions and having these wonderful support networks. I wouldn't have met Robin Michelle Young if it wasn't for Mike and another good friend Mark. So you know. I just feel blessed to meet these wonderful people, and of course, I'm going to be doing free comic book giveaway day. And if you're in the area, I'm not sure. The local stuff, Warner Robins. I'm not sure where the other comic shops are. I know the other shop in town, Comic Pulse or Comic Plus or whatever they were called, they went out. What's up, Vicky Verse? Good to see you, stranger. Good to see you. Hi, Frigga. A while back, you had interviewed Kim Jong-gi. I can't believe it's been almost 4 years since. Yeah, when you share his interview. Thank you for asking that. We had just talked about that. The thing, the big delay on it initially was the translation costs, but now with AI, that you can basically give it the video and it'll translate it for you and give you the subtitles and very accurate. And so the service I used, I think, was called Rev, and I had to use them for the McFarlane interview too, because I needed subtitles. But look at how fast the technology's grown. Like, it's so amazing that we live in a time where it's like, I don't know about you, but it's like you have these ideas and things you want to do, and there's these sort of limits, and you do what you can to overcome the limits, but then technology comes in and goes, hey, let me give you an assist on that, and suddenly this thing is closer to being reality, which is really cool, really very cool. I guess we could share some more comic book stuff. Well, I've been going for an hour and 40, which is more streaming than I've done in forever. Yeah, you guys, I'm gonna go by request actually. So let's you guys tell me, library wise, what you would like to see. Like, if you're like, hey, do you have blah blah blah, right? So here are the categories. Wolverine miniseries, good, done. Bobby C4, you were first. Here we go. So I gotta type in Wolverine for that metadata to kick in. and then we'll look for it, and we know what we're looking for, right? We're looking for that beautiful him saying, "Hey, come here and get clawed up." That's so much Wolverine. It's disgusting. Let me go back. Let me go back. Probably in like a mega folder. Wolverine Volume 1. There we go. Bam. This one's great. And the thing that's really again a wonderful thing about life, you know, there's something I was talking to my friends about, which is you know, gratitude, right? You stop and you go, holy crap, man! Like, this is, you know, think about dreams that you had. I don't mean like when you're asleep, but just like things you thought about as a kid, or even as last week, where you're like, you know, wouldn't it be cool if, right? And then suddenly those things are there, right? So this is another one that we bought. I was in 1, 2, 3. I can only hear this. I could only hear this in Beavis and Butthead. I'm an, you know, OG. So I bought this when it came out. Lot of iconography in this bad boy, right? I mean, look at that. He's struggling. This is Frank Miller working under a different writer. So, you know, Wolverine. So many just great things layout-wise and such. But the thing that I learned, which was really cool and interesting, is that this beautiful finish, the look of this gorgeous, this gorgeous brushwork and all that. That was the work of none other than Joe Rubinstein. You know, I was able to see what these pencils look like, and their breakdowns. You know, and they're good. It's a great Frank Miller. Come on, of course they're amazing. But what in this case, I would definitely say is a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Rubinstein brought so much to it, and it was cool to be able to. This is what I'm talking about as far as counting your blessings. Being able to go to a comic book show, say to the guy who you read as a kid, tell me your stories, sir, and you get them, and you get to ask the questions, and let's just stop and look at this for a moment. You know, I think can I solo that? Yeah, look at that. That's the way to do it. How many times have we seen this in Hollywood movies afterwards? How many times have we seen this in other comics? I mean, come on. And listen, the perspective isn't right. The perspective isn't right. The proportions on the ninjas are totally off. Who cares? Who cares? It's comics, baby. That's the thing I want to talk to people about, you know. You hear a lot of people criticizing, going through books, criticizing, you know, certain things, artwork and such. You know, that's one thing. Criticizing story, fine. You know, something connecting in that way. But visually, a comic book is a comic book. Okay? I know that sounds obvious, but what I mean by that is when you unpack what a comic book is, it's exaggeration. Exactly, the rule of cool. That's It's exaggeration, it's impact, it's a snapshot of a moment. It's what a memory feels like. It's what something feels like and sounds like in some cases. Jack Kirby's stuff is loud. Okay, I know he's like they just funny books, but they're not. It's the invisible stuff that matters, man. It's the invisible stuff, and Miller understood that. This is a graphic. This is a graphic thing. It feels like slow motion. It stopped. It stops. You know. It's a moment in time that just goes right, and then this. Okay, take a look at this. All right, let's look at this. I wish I could side by side it, but I can't. But we're gonna look at this. Okay, look at it. I know, how many times is he gonna say look at it, guys? I'm gonna type in the words extinction. And hopefully the words extinction and no is extinction, right? Extinction. And if that doesn't pull it up, we'll type in the word agenda. Yeah, see, it didn't pull it up. Remember that Frank Miller image that was burned in your mind, okay? Right? Remember that. Try to keep it in your visual database. It's going to take a second to load because it's a big old trade paperback. Oh, this is starting off. Here, let's skip ahead. Let me do the math. 78. Oh. There we go. There's some beautiful Silvestri. Man, Silvestri was killing it. You know, another just one of those Wolverine artists where you're like, yeah, you're in the Champion / Mount Rushmore. Here we go. Is this the one? No, it's. I used to own this page, by the way. I used to own this original. This was by the incomparable, incredible Art Thibert. You guys, if you don't know Art Thibert's work, you need to read up to date. Art Thibert is an incredible artist and creator in his own right. But I first fell head over heels for his stuff back in the late 80s, early 90s when he was inking guys like Dan Jurgens, Rob Liefeld, and Jim Lee. He just had this bounciness. And like I said, I used to own this original, and mostly because this Richter figure and this Storm figure, I just thought were just masterful in every way. And this Forge face, So what I'm looking for. Remember, we're emblazing that Wolverine picture in our minds still. I still have to do more math because my brain is. That was like 103. Let's go by 40. Okay, let's go to 160 and see where we're at. That's Bogdanov right there. This is John Bogdanov. Little Cruder. Yes. Here we go. Okay. See, this is called Inspired By. See that? Not the same, but the same. Or am I crazy? Exactly. Homage. That's it. Homage, homage. But how many times did you guys copy this one? I know there was a page on one of these. This is by the way, my favorite, hands down favorite Jim Lee era, and one of the wonderful stories that I have, because you guys love my stories. Back when I first met Rob Liefeld in 1989, I got to get all of the gossip of comics and what was going on when what stuff he was working on, and Jim Lee used to fax Rob from his fax all kinds of things, pencils and layouts and all this stuff. So I have a treasure trove of photocopies of these faxes that I eventually will share. They're so old that the staples in them are rusty. Okay, this is from like 1991, 92. It's old. But this is my hands down my favorite era. This is Jim Lee. This is I think I can open another window. Let me see if I can do this. And then you guys can look at that wonderful Jim Lee image while I pull up another thing, okay? And then I can go, hey, look at the side by side. One of the greatest covers of all times. You guys aren't even looking at what I'm looking at, but you will. All right, but I gotta find the page. That's the thing. Before I share it, I need to find the page. No, that's not it. One thing I like about the trade paperbacks, they have all that extra stuff in them. The one thing I don't like about the trade paperbacks is the same thing. It's it's like Days of Future Past is what I'm looking through, if you guys are curious. But there's this specific drawing I'm looking for. I think it's the first page of, if I'm not mistaken, 141. Oh, I just passed the Colossus page. Burn fans will know what I'm talking about. The Colossus page where he's pulling the root up. That was literally the last straw for John Byrne and his relationship with Chris Claremont. That was the I'm leaving the X-Men. That's what that was. Why am I not seeing it? I thought it was in the first issue. No, I'm wasting my own time. Anyhow, this is based on a John Byrne. If you look closely, you can see Art Thibert riding Gertie. Yeah, that was only after Steve started sharing them himself. So, which is, I still have those somewhere too. But yeah, oh my gosh, you guys, I don't really know how to reinforce what it was like buying this off of the stands and seeing it for the first time. No Hugh Jackman. There's no, you had your Frank Millers, your John Burns, your Mark Destries, but this was like, what is this? Right? Like, that guy, it was like a redefinition, redefinition. And same, look at that. This was not only, it's sexy, of course, it's a beautiful figure, and Jim really knew how to draw the athletic proportions, but also this angle, what a great angle. Like and the presentation of it. Even the little panels had all this great action, and it seemed like every page had something on it that you could chew into, right? First, obviously, you're knocked dead by this Psylocke and all of that, but I also remember this wounded Wolverine, thinking like, really cool. And then, of course, this Clint Eastwood style face, and thinking this was the perfect this was the perfect profile for Boom Boom. Like, what the drawing on this. Jim was just, he was hitting on all cylinders, man. And like, if you follow Jim Lee's path, and you could see the influence and like what he was given by his mentors and his editors like Carl Potts and Bob Harris, and people that really saw his potential. Jim was a sponge, and at this point, he had all of the stuff. He was Gary Smith, Mike Mignola, John Byrne, Alan Davis, Kevin Nolan, Art Adams, and then he had this finish of Art Tver and Scott Williams that was just so delicious, So yeah, when this stuff came out, we paused. You read the book and then you went through, and I remember there's a. And also this sort of tech, guys like Jim and Rob, they were, genius steals, they say. There's this bookstore that we used to go to in Little Tokyo. I forget how you say it. Kinwen? I'm not going to try to pronounce it. I'm sorry for trying to. But we used to go to the manga section and just go and find art books and things, and we felt like we had this secret treasure. And guys like Jim Lee and Rob and some of these guys had copies of Appleseed and Ghost in the Shell and the Shiro, a lot of the Shiro stuff, the Akira. Some of the stuff that wasn't quite mainstream, these guys had access to. So you started seeing it in the design of the X-Men and the design, of X-Force and such. Dave Williams says, I stopped buying X-Men when Jim got on it. It was a tad too extreme from John Byrne and Paul Smith for me at the time. Yeah, see, I guess that's about reference points, right, Rojas? Right? Because, like, for me, my first X-Men that I ever purchased off the stands and was like, oh, the X-Men, was a Mark Silvestri issue. And it was Wolverine infected by the Brood, and he was, like, on his knees. And it was a very purplish cover with, like, a green logo. And, but my first opportunity to buy an X-Men that I passed up because I felt like, what the hell is this? It was too much for my eyes, was X-Men 205, which happens to be one of my favorites now with Barry Windsor Smith, classic, right? But what Jim was to me felt like a slicker, more tied down Silvestri. Right, he had all the sexiness of Silvestri stuff, but he brought all that Art Adams and Byrne in there. And Scott Williams' line, undeniable, like absolutely. And I remember at the time Liefeld talking to me about the contributions that Scott brought, and it is undeniable. You look at. Say, let's go back to this because I actually own a page of this, right? Let's go back to Punisher again. Okay, one of my hands down favorite Punisher jobs of all time is this series right here. These three. Okay, the Punisher 21, 22, and 23. These are drawn by Erik Larsen. Okay. The Dragon, Savage Dragon, Spider-Man. Scott transformed Erik Larsen's stuff. I've always loved Erik's work, the early stuff, especially Spidey stuff. But this job in particular, probably my favorite Erik job because of Scott's stuff. Scott managed to make Erik's stuff not feel goofy, and that's my own opinion. You can get mad at me if you're an Erik Larsen fan. I think his stuff is super powerful. The first, I'd say, 50 Savage Dragons are, if you want to learn how to draw power and you want to learn how really create dynamic pages that is a study in it. Okay, so don't get me wrong, but I always felt like his stuff had a goofiness to it, you know. So Punisher, you would think, oh no, that not him, you know. But yo, this job, man. And I used to own 2 pages from this job. One of them is gone. It was him pouring this one. Yep, the dropping into the bucket. I just was obsessed with everything about this page. There was so much texture. The storytelling was so clean. You got your Ken Brusiak lettering, so a good storytelling detail, poisoning the water, you know. Loved this page. And then the page that I still own is a page, I believe, from this issue. It's like a high angle shot. This page, I own this page. And this one's cool. It's got Zipatone. You know, it's got just small figures, big faces. Punisher in disguise. It's got a, you know, cool small detail as far as if you're a comic book artist studying. You know, these are like having the magic tablets. This was very cool to have, and one of the reasons I still have this and won't sell it is, unfortunately, in October of '91 there were these incredible fires in the Bay Area. I lived there at the time. I just graduated high school, and I was driving home with a girl from the Pumpkin Festival in Half Moon Bay, and Berkeley and Oakland were on fire. And it was like I closed my eyes and I can see it going through the Caldecott and just trying to outrace, trying to get through, because we'd have to go through the tunnel to get to the other side, to the Northeast Bay where I was from. Well, anyway, one of those houses that were on fire was none other than Erik Larsen's, right? And Erik lost his artwork. Okay, so you know, his artwork collection, not only the artwork that he owned, but that he was, you know, fan and bought of other people, but his art, you know, his art up to that point, 1991. So any pages that are from before the fire are you're just lucky to have them. That's how I feel about it. So anyway, I digress, man. I've been going long. This little test ended up turning into a long thing. Let's go to that X-Men that I was talking about with David Williams. I want to see how good my memory is regarding that Uncanny X-Men. I need the one that says HR. That means high praise. No, I don't want to go to here. I want to go about 220 something. There it is. Yeah, 234. This was my first X-Men. This is my very, very first X-Men. I was not familiar with any of the characters truly outside of Wolverine. And I loved Wolverine because I loved the Wolverine miniseries. He was an issue of Power Pack, you know. But I was not a X-Men fan. My friend Michael Gomez was, and so this was my entry into it. And look, Joe Rubenstein. Speak of Joe Rubenstein. This stuff. Yeah, look at that. Williams says, I love Mark's work. Yeah, he's got that, like, it's like Dangerous Buscema is what, you know, I feel like Mark Mark is, you know, it's like dangerous, sexy. Like, not that Buscema isn't, right? But it's like, you know how rock and roll got just a little louder over the years? It's like that, you know? He's like just a louder, more rock and roll Buscema. So this was my very first X-Men. And then I was hooked, you know, and my next X-Men happened to be a fill-in by none other than Rick Leonardi. So I was already familiar with Rick Leonardi's work. What's up, Joe Bernardo? Good to see you, sir. And the reason for that is I am a huge Cloak and Dagger fan. That's what I call a gateway comic. That was one of the comics that like ensnared me and said, you know, this is where you're going to be for the rest of your life. So anyway, Rick Leonardi, I was like, oh yeah, I know him, man. He's good, right? So really great story, fun story. And then we get back to this, and you're like, what? This moment, right? And then you get into this. Epic. And Dan Green, R.I.P. Another very incredible talent, inker, artist himself. If you have problems, Doctor Strange. He did this Doctor Strange graphic novel that was watercolor that was phenomenal. Look at that. We're gonna ADD. Let's do that. Okay. Marvel, what is it? No, oh, not Garpic. Hello. Graphic novel. I had this one. Marvel graphic novels. No. It'll be in here though. Cause see how it's saying. Where's the Doctor Strange? I'm blind. You guys are probably gonna see before I do. There it is. This guy's Dan Green, guys. Show me the green. Yeah, this was same Dan Green that those X-Men did these incredibly gorgeous watercolors. Which, I mean, they've got these scans really don't do it justice, you know. But when you look at like just the ideas here, the cinematography, the craftsmanship, you realize, oh, you know, a lot of guys give inkers this hard time, like they're not artists themselves, you know. Yes, they are. This example here is a wonderful one to show you. So this is called Doctor Strange Shambhala. It's one of the call it Marvel graphic novel, number 23 of all. You know, but then, yeah, these are all the Marvel graphic novels. This was a good one. I was disappointed, and you know, whatever. This is how, when you're a dumb kid, you get disappointed because of your expectations. This is a great. This is Kevin Nolan on the cover. I'm fairly certain. I bet you it is. Yeah, but the insides, I mean, yeah, Strowman's no slouch. Al Williamson, no slouch. But this isn't Rick Leonardi, and that was my problem. You know, when you're a little kid, you just, I want this, and this is how it is. One of my favorites of all time, though, is this. In fact, the Monster in Black Flag is very, 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 very based on this. And I had the very good fortune, again, talking about things to be grateful for, of being friends with Bernie Wrightson and being able to talk to him and ask him questions about this sort of stuff. This is how I became a fan of Bernie Wrightson, by the way. Again, it's entry points. That's what I was talking about with Brohawk. Dave Williams is you know, it's like Jefferson Starship is how I learned about Jefferson Airplane and Gray Slick, and you know, Wings is how I learned about the Beatles, and yeah, it's like, anyhow, it's when you were born, I guess. But I remember this particular book being just, I think the words I used to use back in the day were mind blistering. I bought this off the stands, and I just remember feeling this sort of sense of being in it, like really like inside these places that Bernie had drawn, and his Spider-Man was top notch, and he had a really incredible hang on the figure. But then, you know, once you start getting into this monster, this guy, once he starts turning into this thing, horrors, man. And then when it blows up, I believe I've brought this up before, but you talk about things that you traced. I know Graham Nolan talks about this particular Captain America that he liked, that he, you know, that Romita had done, that he had drawn over and over. There's this, when he fills up the dragon and covers him up, and then the thing, oh, that's it right there. Let's take a look at that. I brought this up on stream so many times. I do not know how many times I drew this. Everything about this is like, the force of the explosion is there. There's dimensionality to Spider-Man. The lighting is there. It's a frozen moment, and that's, like, for me, it's a quest. You know, is always to try to find those fun things. Let's see, one last thing before, because it's 7. Oh, that's right, my wife said it's 7. So that just means whatever is whatever, you know. These were fun. Boris the Bear. I'll tell you guys a story about this at another date. Deadpool Batter Blood. I did some stuff on that. Guys, this was a gift from my friend, Mr. Smith, the Michael Golden fan. One of the days we'll go through these. These, my friends, are just really tiny treasures. You know, you get to look at the architecture of some of the greatest comics ever drawn. You know, story's okay. You know, it's fun, and you know, but then there's like panels like this one, right? What's up, Kutohare? Good to see you. Comics legend, yes. Am I still creating music? I do. It's one of those other things that I do it so fast. I can create a beat in about 8 minutes, and then from there, eventually those develop into songs. But the seedlings come really quick. Yeah, look at this. I mean, it's got that sort of Dr. Zhivago bit of, you know, Kubrickian lighting or whatever, but it's so cool. Do I share Buzz's borderline insane obsession with Doctor Strange issue 55? I love Doctor Strange 55, and I own several copies. Yes. Though that said, I have my own personal version of that, and it would be Avengers Annual 10. Anytime I see one, I buy it. You know, and the Doctor Strange, I get them, but the Avengers Annual 10, this one here in particular, there are things in this that I call this a book that just keeps giving, right? Like there are so many just things. This panel in particular, I brought this up in streams before, I know, but some of you guys might be new to this story. But this panel in particular, okay, Yeah, Dave, you know you just got to email me, man. That's the thing. Don't message me. Don't send me Instagram messages, Twitter messages, any of that stuff. You have to email me. I'm terrible about all those other messages. It's there are too many incomings. You know what I'm saying? So you hit me there. I'll get you these. So imagine that the script just says the Avengers are having tea time, and they're just conversing, right? And maybe Claremont described it. Oh, Beast is having tea, reading a book, and Jeeves or whatever his name, Jarvis. Sorry, Jarvis is serving. Jarvis eventually becomes the Machine. That's right. Jarvis, serving tea. I don't know what the script said, but what is the saying the kids say? You didn't have to go this hard. This goes hard. Okay, this lamp, guys. I don't know. Can you see my mouse when I? Let me see. Let me see if I can see my mouse when I do it. Let's see. Yeah, you can. Awesome. You can see my mouse. Okay. So this lamp is a really cool elephant lamp. Obvious, right? We know. This couch is an incredible antique couch. This chair is a very well-designed chair. This serving tray and the silverware and the design of these cups, this consistent design along all the characters drinking from the same type of silverware. The Beast reading a book with his feet. What looks like really good plans. Got his crumpet or whatever the heck is going on, right? Okay. This is one panel, guys. I'm sorry I'm getting excited, but this is one panel. I'm clapping like the kids do. I have kids. Yeah. All right. Not to forget like epic moments like when Captain America falls through or any of that business, but we've gone through some other that go hard, but let's again. Establishing shot of prison. Okay. Establishing shot. What's up, Paul Arts? Good to see you, sir. Establishing shot approaching Rikers Island at midnight. Okay, guys. You know what a lot of people would have done? Including myself, until I saw this, I would have had a sign really big that said Rikers Island, and I would have drawn a small little island with the building and the jet swooping in. You know why? Because I would have been a chicken. I wouldn't have taken the risk. No, but this guy, he's like, nah. I'm gonna drop from above. I'm probably making it accurate. I bet you if we looked at Rikers Island from above, that's probably what it looks like. He's got the boats there, and it's uplit. It's all lit. One panel, guys. It's an establishing shot. Just one. And then, of course, you get these great. You got this great, nice shot here. Nice shot here. And then this blob. I don't know how many times I've drawn this blob. Andy Smith and I were talking yesterday, and I was talking to him about certain things, certain artists, certain things, symptoms we see in artists. We're not shit talking. We're just talking as buddies, taking a look at things and commiserating. And a lot of just in these conversations, I learned so much, because everybody's path is different. I might learn something in my 35th year as an artist that somebody learned in their first month, and it blows my mind, right? So one of the things that Andy and I were talking about is the invisible forces that are unseen. You can't see them, right? You can't really see like these you can't see gravity, right? You can't see inertia. You can only see the symptoms of them, like what happens because of these forces, right? Uh, so when this foot is coming down, this rock is going here, this is throwing this up. There's a chain of forces. Boom, 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 boom. Here, falls, blows out bricks, guys. This could have been done in so many cheap, shitty. Sorry, my bad. Dave, I'm working on it. I want you to know that. David Williams and I talked about a month ago, and I was telling him I'm working on my potty mouth. And I am. I really am. He could have gone the easy route. He could have done it terrible. With, explosion with big bricks and, like, shooting at one point perspective and someone in the back poking their hands forward. No. He said, what's the thing that's probably going to be really, really hard? Oh, I know. Let's show the physics of the force hitting the bricks and progressively show through procedural gravity the storytelling of the physics. He did not have to go that hard. That's why what I keep saying. He didn't have to go that hard. And that's why what I have to say about this. All right, I'm losing it again. Look at this, guys. Look at that. That could be a poster. It's just a panel. It's just a panel. But this, okay. Look at that beast pose. That's a t-shirt. Look at that Hawkeye. That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt. I don't know about her or I forget her name. Sorry guys. Spider-Woman, I know her vision. But these are all t-shirts. One panel. That's them getting out. Hello, McFarlane. I think Todd might have seen this pose. Perhaps. That's right. Ephesians, my brother. Thank you very much. Yeah. What did I say the other day, Allie? I called somebody a loin slurper because I didn't want to say the foul version of it, but it's just as bad. Yeah, I mean, okay, I can just keep going and going and going and digressing and such about this book, but this is my Doctor Strange. And then, of course, this one is another one that I buy on the regular because I can't help not. It's the G.I. Joe yearbook. And again, I remember buying it off the stand. This page in particular was the one. This is the one. I remember trying to understand as a 12-year-old when I bought this, how does it look like it's moving? This right here, Bobby, is the G.I. Joe yearbook number 2, written by Larry Hama, drawn by the incredible Michael Golden. He did pencils and inks. In talking to him, he said he inked this with brush, which is also just an awesome feat. But the fact that he takes these vehicles and he kind of distorts them, right? Like if something is, whipping around a corner. Let me find one that's a good example of that. I mean, this is a good one. But look at this, like this. It's almost Looney Tunes, right? Like the squash and stretch. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Avengers. Sorry, man. Avengers Annual number 10. But you look at this, yeah. Oh, see, this is great because it is like a overly exaggerated version of what I'm talking about. Okay, this exactly looks like, I forget if it's called the Asp. I forget what the vamp, the Cobra vamp is. It's been a long time. I know that's Saboteur and Baron and into the Kremlin Guard and Red Guard and all that. Hey, not anymore though, Dave. Golden uses templates and rulers all day long now, unfortunately, because he's got some. He was saying something. He's got something going on with his hands. But yeah, back in the day, you're right. But this is a great example of squash and stretch. But he's on. What's incredible is he's on model. This is what the toy looks like. This is what the vehicle looks like. These are what the missiles look like. This is what the tread looks like. And he manages to make them look alive. He manages them to show you forces, invisible forces, you know. And he does them with all kinds of little tricks, right? Of course, we talked about the squash and stretch, but here you got that, you know, your trail, your image blur, and then you have your effects, you know, the storytelling effects that I was talking about earlier. He's telling a story that these tread went through and it left this smoke. There's your cause and effect, you know. So that's why the Michael Golden, he's my favorite. He's who I think is the greatest of all time. I told him that to his face. He said there's another man in this room that deserves that. He was talking about Neal Adams. I think Neal is up there too, but Michael is. It's not just the. It's not just the drawing. There's some goofball. Like I'll tell you this. I'm not a big fan of Michael Golden's faces. You know, if we're gonna talk, you know, if we have the criticisms or whatever, I'm not a big fan of his faces per se. But man, his energy, his storytelling. And when I say storytelling, I don't just mean the bits. I mean all the cause and effect, the forces, the physics. There's so much going on. You know, there's moments in time, frozen moments. I could go on and on. I'm digressing, I think is what we're looking down. What's up over there at Instagram Live? I'm going to end you guys out. I hope you guys had a good time. I'm discarding the video. You guys had a great time. I'm going to be closing this one out too. Let me turn my camera on. You can see my tiredness. Yeah, Golden. Yeah, exactly. Neal couldn't touch Golden. That's the thing. It's like, oh, Dave, you weren't here. I wanted to show this piece that it was one of them sketchbook. What do you call it? I was at the SC Comic Con while I was doing. It's fun. Remove this destination. Okay, cool. Am I still here? Yeah, I'm still here. There we go. 133 people watching. I went 2.5 hours. This was supposed to be a 5-minute thing. Frega, do you like the Sandman series, the Neil Gaiman one? You know, I never read it. I looked at it. I can tell you I looked at it, and the reason why is Sam Keith's artwork. But Neil Gaiman, I just I don't know. Like I like Stardust, but no, I haven't. I haven't ever read it, but I do like the way it looks. I'm gonna be closing this out. I can't believe I went this long. If you guys get a chance, check out Comics Galactus TV, COMIX Galactus, GALACTUS TV on YouTube at Comics Galactus. Subscribe. We're going to be doing all kinds of fun. You know, you've read literally everything else. Yeah, some stuff hits and some stuff doesn't. You know, there's like a I don't know what you would call it, a frequency, a temperature, a flavor. There's a certain sort of genre that I like. It doesn't hit me. I don't know how to explain it other than that. You know, But yeah, Vickyverse, good seeing you. Old Dirty Fatty, everybody that came by, really great seeing you guys. I'm sorry I've been such a stranger, and I hope to see you guys more soon. This was fun. Uh, 3 of my 4 kids are out at the movies, so it's made it a little easier. All right, let's go. Let's go with tradition, and you guys know what I'm gonna end it out with. Vicky, you're coming to Charlotte. Awesome. Yes, especially you, old dirty fatty. All right, you know how I'm doing it. All right, we're gonna stop the music, and we're going out. What am I gonna do? Yeah.